Hey folks, Steve DeLeon here. Welcome back to another segment of our Investment Tuesday. And today I want to talk to you about buy and hold investing. I'm sure you guys have heard sometimes the saying, the millionaire next door. And a lot of times people are wondering, well, how did this guy accumulate all this wealth right under our nose and we had no idea? And a lot of times it's really through real estate, through buy and hold type of properties. Now you can have individuals do this, groups, families, corporations, hedge funds. They're investing in single family homes, small multifamily duplexes, triplexes, some apartment complexes, commercial property. All those make great buy and hold type of investments. And my favorite over the years has always been single family homes. And I remember meeting a gentleman one time, and this was about 25 years ago. I was trying to buy a property from him, and we were talking about, he asked me, what are you going to do with this property? And at the time I was just buying, renovating, and selling property. So he said, one day you're going to look back and you're going to regret having all these properties fall through your hands. And at the time I really didn't think about what that meant. I was just looking for that next flip property, if you will. And over time I started to think about the properties that I had bought early in my career, and I thought, man, if I had just kept that property, it'd be worth so much more now, probably 5-10 times more than what I would have been paying for them way back then. And it started to resonate what Ben was trying to tell me. And later on, about 10 years later, I ended up running into Ben's daughter, and she had told me that Ben had passed away. And they had no idea how many properties he owned. And Ben, by looking at him, you wouldn't think, like I said, you could rub two nickels together, but he died a millionaire. I mean, he had several $1 million worth of properties, and all of it was by buying one property, renting it out. He'd go buy another one, rent it out, go buy another one, rent it out. And just over time, over his years here, he just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and he amassed all this wealth. And even today, you've got people that are doing that now. I know of a young man he's in his early 40s, and he has a corporate job, full-time corporate job, and he owns 22 rental properties. And he's done very well for himself, and I know that that's several $1 million worth of real estate that he owns, that he's going to be, when he gets to retirement age, he's going to be sitting awful nice. And then I know of a family. I met a gentleman earlier this year, and he and his family, his two other siblings and their spouses, have all gone in together, and they started this about 10 years ago. And now they own 65 properties, and which is, I think he was telling me, that's worth about close to $15 million. And over time, the properties, he was telling me that the properties they bought like 10 years ago are actually doubled in value now. And so can you imagine what's going to be like another 5 or 10 years from now, how much those properties are going to be worth? I know for us, for the properties that we keep in our portfolio, I have properties that I bought 7-8 years ago that have doubled in value as well. So I know what he's telling me is true. And really, the way people are building wealth is through investing in real estate. Now, it all starts with that very first property, whether it's myself, whether it was Ben, or the two examples that I gave you of these other two individuals. It all starts with that first one. And I know the first one can be a little bit nerve-wracking, a little scary, but after you've buy that first one, you get into the second and third one, it becomes much easier, and it's not as hard, it's not as difficult as it appears to be. So if you have a genuine interest in investing in long-term wealth, not only for yourself but for your future generations, think of Ben and the legacy and the assets that he left his family. Give me a call. I'd be love to visit with you about real estate investing, not for you and your family, and seeing what we could come up with. I'd love nothing more than to help you buy that very first one. Our company offers turnkey investments, and so we take the finding the property, the renovating it, the leasing it, all in-house, and are able to offer turnkey investments to some of our clients. So if you have an interest, give me a call, 817-798-3268. You guys have a great day, And we'll see you next week as we talk about flip investing in our next segment. Take care and have a great day.